Now the next numerical is a flexible cable weighing 10 newtons per meter hangs between two supports 50 meters horizontally apart. The left support is 8 meters below the right support. The cable also supports a point load of 1200 newtons at a point 15 meters horizontally from the left support and 3 meters below this support. Assuming that the weight of the cable is spread uniformly on the horizontal span, find the maximum tension for the cable. See, now in this question, we are given that the weight of the cable is 10 Newton per meters, and this cable is hanging between two supports, 50 meters horizontally apart. So the distance between the two supports, that is your A and B support, is 50 meters. Horizontal distance is 50 meters. The cable, and it is given that the left support is 8 meters below the right support. So the left support, that is your A support, is 8 meters below the right support, that is your B support. Also, the cable supports a point load of 1200 newtons at a point 15 meters horizontally from the left support. So a point load of 1200 newtons is also acting on the cable, and this point is at a distance of 15 meters. Horizontal distance is 15 meters from the left support, that is your A support, and this point is also 3 meters below the level of the left support, and that is your A support. Now in the question, it is saying that assuming that the weight of the cable is spread uniformly on the horizontal span, find the maximum tension for the cable. See, now in this question, the first load which is acting on the cable is 1200 newtons, and it is also saying that we have to consider the weight of the cable also, and this weight of the cable is acting uniformly on the horizontal span. That is, the second load will be your UDL, and this UDL load will be equal to the weight of the cable, which is 10 newtons per meter. So now we have to find out the value of maximum tension for the cable. See, just like we did in the previous numerical, the value of Tmax will be equal to under root Va square plus H square. So in this numerical also, first we will have to find out the value of Va and H. And after putting the values of Va and H, we will ultimately get the values of Tmax, and that is your maximum tension. See, now how we will approach, just observe. First of all, in this whole cable, we will apply summation of all the vertical forces is equal to 0. So total upward force will be equal to total downward force. So if you see this diagram, there are two upward forces, that is your VA and VB. So VA plus VB, upward forces, will be equal to total downward forces. If you see this cable, there are two downward forces. One is your 1200 newtons and the other is your weight, which is a UDL. So we will have to convert this UDL into point load. So 10 into the length of the cable, the horizontal span of the cable is 50 meters. So 10 into 50. So 10 into 50 plus 1200, this will be your total vertical load. So we will get the first equation as VA plus VB equal to 1700. So this will be our first equation. Now we will apply summation of the moment about C point equal to 0. See, just like we did in arches, when we apply summation of a moment about any point on an arch, we used to consider either the left part of the section or the right part of the section. So here also, while analyzing a cable, when we consider a moment, when we consider the moment about any point in the on the cable, we either consider the left portion of the point or we consider the right portion of the point. So in this equation, while applying this equation summation MC equal to 0, we have taken the left part. So if we see the left part of point C, there are three forces. One is your horizontal thrust, one is your vertical reaction at A, and one is your UDL. If you see VA is acting in the upward direction, so this VA will produce a clockwise moment about point C. So for clockwise we are taking as positive, and for anti-clockwise we are taking as negative. So plus the perpendicular distance of VA from C is 15, so plus 15 into VA. Second force is 15, second force is horizontal thrust, capital H. So this capital H will produce an anti-clockwise moment about point C, and the perpendicular distance of the C point from the line of action of H is 3 meters. So minus 3 into h. Now the third force on the left part of the C is your UDL, and this UDL is also acting in the downward direction. So this UDL will produce an anti-clockwise movement about C. So for anti-clockwise we will take minus and convert this UDL into point load. So UDL is 10, the length is 15. So minus 10 into 15 is your point load, and this point load will act at half of 15, that is your 15 by 2. So the perpendicular distance of 10 into 15 from C point will be 15 by 2. So this equal to 0. After solving this equation, we will get VA in terms of capital H. So VA will be equal to 1 by 3 capital H plus 75. So this equation is your equation number 2. Now taking the right part of the point C. So if you see the right part of the point C, here also there are three forces. One is a vertical reaction VB, second one is your outward reaction horizontal thrust, and third one is your UDL acting in the downward direction. So the first force is VB. See, if you see VB will produce an anti-clockwise movement about point C. See, in this equation, I have taken anti-clockwise as positive and clockwise as negative. See, you can take clockwise as positive or anti-clockwise as negative. The answer will be the same. So in this problem, while applying the summation of moments on the right part of the point C, we have taken anti-clockwise as positive and clockwise as negative. So 35 is taking C point in the anti-clockwise direction, so the moment will be anti-clockwise, so this will be positive. VB into perpendicular distance. See, this distance is 15, the total distance is 50. So the distance of B point from the C point will be 50 minus 15, and that is your 35. So the perpendicular distance of VB from point C is 35. So plus 35 into VB. Now the second force is your horizontal thrust, which is acting in the rightward direction. So this horizontal thrust will produce a clockwise bending moment about point C. So for clockwise we are taking as minus, so minus, and the perpendicular distance of horizontal thrust from the C point is your 11. See how it is 11. B support, the distance of B support from the A support is 8 meters, and A support is 3 meters from C. So this total distance, that is the distance between the level of the support B and the point C, will be 8 plus 3, 11. So minus 11h. Now the third force is your UDL. So UDL is acting in the downward direction. So UDL will produce a clockwise moment about point C. So for clockwise, again minus. So first convert this UDL into point load. So 10 into 35. Now this point load will act at the center of the UDL, and that is your half of 35. So the perpendicular distance will be 35 by 2. After solving this equation, we will get the equation of VB equal to 11 by 35h plus 175. So taking this equation as equation number 3. Now adding these two equations, equation number 2 and 3, so the summation of left part equal to summation of right part, we will get this equation. So VA plus VB, we already know the value of VA plus VB is 1700 from equation number 1. So after putting VA plus VB equal to 1700 and solving this equation, we will get the value of capital H equal to 2238.97 kilonewtons. After getting the value of H, capital H, we can easily get the values of VA and VB after putting the values of capital H. So VA will come out to be 821.32 kilonewtons and VB will come out to be 878.68 kilonewtons. Now we know the values of VA, VB and capital H. After putting the values of VB and H, we can find out the value of Tmax. See, in the equation of Tmax, we know that it is under root of the square of the vertical reaction plus plus square of the horizontal thrust. See, the horizontal thrust at both the supports is same. So whether we take the horizontal thrust at A support or B support, it will remain the same. Now for the vertical reaction, we will take that value which is the maximum of both the values. So amongst these two values, and that is VA and VB. VB is the maximum value. So if I will put VB, that is the maximum value of V, I will get the maximum value of tension. So therefore in this equation I will put VB square because VB is maximum, and after putting the maximum value I will get the maximum value of the tension. So after putting the values I will get T maximum equal to 2405.21 kilonewtons.